Now, what is the meaning of preparation of soil? That means what are we going to grow first of all? So, that is called soil analysis. These days there is quite a lot of scientific approach for agriculture. Don't think that agriculture is just a practice done by some uneducated or semi-literate people. You see, their education has been handed over from generation to generation, and many of the young farmers are very well educated also. They study agricultural sciences, so they understand what has to be done. Not only that, our government also helps them. Our agricultural research institutes, they help the farmers. So, what is done? The soil is taken and it is analyzed for its physical structure, which means whether it is a desert soil or clay soil or loamy soil, and also for its chemical composition, which nutrients are present and which are not present. Now, why do we do it? For simple reason, first to determine which crop will be most suitable. For example, to grow paddy, we need clay soil. You will not be able to grow paddy in sandy soil. Similarly, if you want to grow groundnut, you need sandy soil. So, why should you try to do something which is not suitable? Just like when you grow up, choose your subjects according to your aptitude. If you are good in science and maths, or if you like science and maths and you have an aptitude, then obviously even with comparatively less work, you will do very well. Even now you must be liking some subjects more, isn't it? So, isn't it more reasonable to follow something which you like? Similarly, the farmer does. Farmer analyzes what is the type of soil so that he can determine the crop. Secondly, he also finds out which nutrients are deficient so that he can accordingly add nutrients. How he will do it? Wait for a while. Second part is tilling or plowing. Tilling word probably you have not heard, but plowing is simple. In movies also you must have seen, whenever they show a village, they show plowing is going on. Now, what is plowing? Plowing is the process of turning and loosening of soil. The tools are used so that soil breaks up into grain-like structure. You know, when soil is left on its own, it becomes very hard. It has large pieces. Now, in that hard, uneven ground with large pieces or crumbs of soil, plants cannot be grown. So, what he does? He tills his land. But before we move on, let's write down the definition of tilling. The process of turning and loosening of soil. Important words: turning and loosening. Now, how does farmer plow the land? Traditionally, you must have seen, maybe in the movies, that he uses a particular kind of tool. And what is that tool called? A plow. You know, a plow is made like this. There is a triangular strip of iron. This is called plow share. Why made of iron and why so sharp? So that it can pierce through the soil and break the large lumps of soil. Now, this is attached to a wooden log which is called plow shaft. Now, the farmer can move it like this also. Now, this is a heavy tool. It is very difficult for a human being to operate it. Although initially they used to do it themselves only, but then they learned to use the animals for this. So, there is a wooden beam which is kept on a pair of necks of bulls. So, bulls move, but then they can't move on their own, they need direction. Just like you need direction from your adults, which could be your parents or teachers. Of course, ultimately you have to work yourself. So, it is the bulls which take the plow, but there is also farmer operating, and just like in car you change gears, so he is there to move the plow and to control the animals. So, this is how the land is plowed or tilled. Now, the question arises, what is the advantage of doing this, or what are the uses of tilling? One is very simple, that it helps to break the large lumps of soil. Secondly, when it becomes porous, then the exchange of gases is easy. When it breaks, it becomes porous. What does that mean? There are air spaces. So, the soil organisms also help to get oxygen, and that is why they become active and they are able to survive. Thirdly, the nutrients, the minerals are more in lower layers of soil. But which layer supports the plant? The top layer. The top layer is rich in humus, organic matter, but deficient in minerals. When the land is tilled, these nutrients come up. So, as a result, the crop can also get nutrients. So, you can imagine how important is it to plow the land. And before I write down all the advantages, I also want to show you another tool, the hoe. The hoe also has a wooden log, but it has a blade, a sharp blade. What does that mean? A thin sheet of metal, of iron, and this is attached to a wooden log, and this is used for many purposes, like it is also used for removing the weeds, for leveling the soil. Because after the land has been tilled, then they also use another equipment which is called a plank. It is a wooden plank and it helps to level the soil.